Hey, we're going to bring up John Wickenheiser. Today is the once a year where we talk about the finances, where we're at, how we finished last year. And John is our financial guy, so let's give it up for John Wickenheiser. All right, John, let's jump right in. Do you know how to work your microphone this service?
It was turned on for me.
Okay, it was turned on for you. That's good. That's good.
It took us a while. 10% smarter than they put me to working with, and clearly I wasn't.
So great. Tell us, exciting times this last year. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, no, it was great. Obviously it was great to see the way that God was working through Canyon Springs and just all the different things that we were doing. But and we've talked about a lot of those things at previous services. But really, I'm up here to talk about the financial side. And so from that perspective, that was amazing as well. Overall giving was actually up 14% over the year before. For the first time. Yeah, for the first time ever, we exceeded $1 million of giving. So
yeah, that's right.
So thank you. I mean, you all are the ones that made that happen. So so that was really cool to see.
That's so cool.
And we finished in the black and raised $100,000 for this whole capital campaign.
This room has changed, some things in Haiti. It's just so many great things happened this last year. Okay, we have some unique challenges this year. A couple things we got to face.
Yeah, so our budget's up pretty meaningfully this year, and we knew that was going to happen. I mean, part of what we were trying to do last year was really to start to invest here, there, and everywhere. And part of that was investing in our people and some other things that we were doing. But there were also some unexpected increases as well. Things like healthcare, just this year, from last year to this year alone, those costs went up by $15,000. Our rent went up by $20,000. And the main reason for that is because the property was sold. And so instead of having our taxes based off of a 1972 basis, it's now, a 2017 basis. So that went up pretty meaningfully. And so we're absorbing all of that. But that said, I mean,
cost of donut holes went up,
holes, everything goes
things.
up, so
right.
But we're not fearful about that. I mean, we feel like, God's given us a vision for what he wants to do and the story that he wants to write at Canyon Springs for 2018. And so, I'm confident that you all are going to show up and be a part of it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we want to talk a little bit about some of the things that God has put on our heart to do this next year. I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, our rent went up because of insurance and taxes. Let's start a giving campaign for that. But you know what? God is doing some amazing things around this place, and we're excited about what he's doing in this next year. Okay, this is my favorite. I probably talk about it way too much, but our podcast, Jonathan and I started a podcast about 3 months ago, and not knowing what would happen, except that we like talking to each other. I think Jonathan and I are both very excited about our own opinions. That's why we're on a podcast. My short-term goal was that we would reach as many people at our podcast as we do on Sunday mornings. We've been doing it for 3 months. In January, we had over 1,100 downloads of the podcast. So we're about halfway there to reaching the amount of people that we do on a Sunday morning just after 3 months. And some of these people, Jonathan's got a bunch of people in Spokane that listen to him because they're his buddies. We have people in Texas. We have a guy who's spreading the word in the UK. I just got a text message from a friend of mine in Nebraska that listened to our last podcast and loved it. So, talk about getting the gospel out everywhere. This is it. This is one way that we can do it. And we're just going to see that thing grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Let me give you a couple other things that we're excited about. Obviously, we just saw our VBS little announcement. We have over 100 people signed up for VBS already. We had over 300 last year. We had 75 of those kids give their life to Jesus. It's ridiculous. We have about 170 kids go to our Oasis houseboat trip. That's going to be bigger this year. A bunch of kids made decisions for Christ there. We're going to Alaska. If you haven't signed up for Alaska, we're going to show a little video at the end of the service today just to kind of get you motivated for that. But not only are we continuing in Haiti, going to Belize, but making a difference in Alaska is huge. Okay, here's the thing I'm most excited about. We voted last Thursday as a board to open up our Cove, which is our midweek facility. We are starting a Latino church in the Cove sometime in 2018. And it's an amazing story. I know, isn't that awesome? So we have this saying, we meet in a middle school, but we have buildings all over the world. Well, one of them is in Scripps Ranch, but we can't meet in it, so we're going to have somebody else meet in that too. And the word of God is just going out in all kinds of different places, and we have you guys to thank. John, what do you want to tell these people?
Yeah, well, again, God's going to be writing a story at Canyon Springs during 2018, and so I would just ask you to really just consider and pray about what your role in that is going to be, and how much of a part of that you're going to be through your finances. And but thank you already. I mean, you've already shown up in an amazing way this last year, and it's exciting to see all the ways that God's using Canyon Springs. So just pray about your role from a financial perspective.
It's so great. We so appreciate what you guys have done. Let me say this too. If you're just showing up, this isn't for you. We don't want your money. We just want you to be here. We want you to meet this God that we've been talking about. But if this is your home, then consider, what are you going to do? Talk about it as a family. We would recommend the best way to give is online. That way it's not just you show up to a service and, that was a good message, I'll give God a tip. You decide in your heart what God's going to do, and you let God bless you through that. Let me read this verse. Those that hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They'll soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk, and they will not be faint. This next year, we want to see you soar. And sometimes when you can't soar, maybe all you can do is run, and sometimes all you can do is walk. But we want God to join you in that. And join your neighbors and that next person that you want to bring into these doors. And let's see what God does. So here's why don't we end like this. John, would you just pray for our finance? First off, Thank John for all he does for us. Appreciate that.
Well, and I have to give a shout out to Jenny. I don't know if she was here this service or last service, but Jenny Madsen, she's the one who really does all the heavy lifting on the numbers and all.
You just take credit.
So I get the credit.
She does the work. Okay,
she
awesome.
probably doesn't want to be up here talking. So.
That's right. That's right. All right.
So yeah,
thanks.
let me pray. Dear God, we just thank you for just the way that you've continued to bless Canyon Springs and bless the ministry that's being done through your people here, Lord. And we thank you for the ways that you've moved in the hearts and the minds, and it's just so exciting to be a part of this church that's really just making a difference here, there, and everywhere. And Lord, I just ask for your blessing on the people who are here this morning and the people who just faithfully give to Canyon Springs, because they get it. They see how you're working through this church, and they understand that it does take finances to be able to make all that happen. So we just thank you for them and ask for your blessing, and also just ask for wisdom and guidance as we use the resources that you've entrusted to us this year, so that they're really just being used to further your kingdom and your will, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thanks.